probably been acquainted with Shasta. She was born at the Hogle Zoo back in 1948. Her father was a lion and her mother was a tiger, which makes Shasta a liger. And ligers are our organism of the week. That's right, ligers aren't mythical creatures. Although they unfortunately don't have skills in magic as far as we know, they are very real. But either way, they're not entirely natural. So let's back up. Ligers are actually one of dozens of possible hybrids of wild cats. Many closely related species of the family Felidae, the cat family, can be crossbred to produce hybrid offspring. Some of these include lynxes and bobcats, having babies called blinxes, caracals and servals, producing cervicals, and margays and ocelots, producing marlots. It's also how we ended up with the animal some people purchase as a pet, called the Savannah Cat, a cross between servals and domestic cats. None of those cats are very closely related to lions and tigers. Both of these big cats belong to the genus Panthera, which also contains leopards, snow leopards, and jaguars. When two of these cats are bred together, they produce a Panthera hybrid. And people have created lots of these, like jaguars, jagged lions, and ligers. You've probably noticed that all of those names are a combination of the two parents' names. But what many people don't realize is that the order of the names actually tells us the species of each parent. The father species almost always comes first, and then the mother's. So a liger is the offspring of a male lion and a female tiger. That's why you may have heard of tigons. That's the offspring of a male tiger and a female lion. Tigons are smaller than ligers because female lions are smaller than male lions, and that keeps their hybrid offspring from getting as big. But ligers are huge. Out of those that have been measured, they're the largest living cat species. The biggest was a male named Hercules, who weighed 922 pounds. This is bigger than any wild tiger we've ever found, which is the largest natural species in Panthera. Ligers often inherit traits from both of their parents. They have faint stripes and love water like a tiger, and male ligers might have short manes, sort of like a male lion. You may have heard that all hybrids are sterile, which means that they can't have any more babies. But this isn't actually completely true. For example, while male ligers are sterile, female ligers are not. So a female liger can be bred again with a lion or a tiger to create ligers and tigers. In the wild, you probably won't find ligers running around. There are rumors that people may have found wild hybrids a long time ago when lions and tigers both had bigger ranges, but there's no real evidence of it. Now that there are less lions and tigers and their ranges are much smaller, they probably don't ever run into each other in the wild, and they definitely don't have chances to have baby ligers together. The only way to get a liger is when humans have a hand in it, by putting lions and tigers together in captivity. And while it's definitely fascinating to see these unique creatures, it's not always a good thing. This kind of hybridizing can cause a lot of health problems for the big cat's offspring. Shasta was one of the oldest ligers ever recorded, living to be about 24 years old. But many ligers don't live that long. Some of them are born with different kinds of organ defects that make their lives difficult. It's also likely that their mothers will need a C-section when the ligers are born, because those big male lion genes make the cubs too large and difficult for their smaller tigress mothers. Because of this, there are less than 100 ligers worldwide. Zoos and conservation programs are making better use of their money by protecting and preserving the wild versions of ligers' parents. Both species, lions and tigers, are vulnerable to poaching, habitat loss, and conflict with humans, and they need all the help they can get. That's why Shasta is here at the museum, giving us a chance to talk about the value of conservation. So that's all for today. We'll be taking a little break for the next few weeks, so keep an eye on our social media pages for when Organism the Week returns. We'll see you then.